probably 4 or 5 years ago, I stopped at the gas station at Kiev pumping gas, and somehow me and the guy beside me pumping gas got in a conversation, and we got discussing government takeover, how the government was going to come take everybody's guns and all that. And I made the statement, I said, man, if they try to come take everybody's guns down here, they're going to have a hard time like that. And the guy, so he said he was a defense contractor with the government, and he just laughed at my quote, and he said, man, he said, all they have to do is broadcast a certain frequency over everybody, and basically everybody will drop to their knees, and there's nothing that you can do. Nothing will be paralyzed, just paralyze you on the spot by them broadcasting a certain frequency. And the more that comes out about the Venezuela, them going in to take their president from them, and how the weapons that they use, the guys were just throwing up blood, just like paralyzed, brought to their knees.
US used a powerful mystery weapon that rendered Venezuelan soldiers ineffective during the raid. The report is based on an alleged account of the night's event by a Venezuelan guard. The account claims that the weapon brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees. They were bleeding through the nose and vomiting blood. The alleged witness account was also shared on social media by the White House press secretary. Now, in the interview, the guard allegedly described how U.S. forces use technology unlike
Venezuela, and as always, be sure to share this important information. So there are a lot of new reports coming in stating that the United States used some sort of sonic superweapon in the Venezuelan operation to capture Maduro and his wife. And there's actually a report from this Venezuelan doctor that was present in Venezuela during this operation, and he outlines exactly what happened. And it's scary, to say the least. So he claims when the operation just started, there was a total blackout in Caracas, Venezuela, in which the soldiers and everybody on the ground had no idea what was going on until they heard drones and saw helicopters flying over their city. And then the helicopters and drones started firing, obviously, at the military base. Now, this doctor claimed that it was less like a military operation and more like a massacre. Because what would happen next would scar them forever. They started hearing a strange noise come from one of the helicopters. And once that sound wave from the helicopter hit them, he said it brought everybody to their knees. And he claims then the soldiers' noses started to bleed, as well as some of them keeled over and started throwing up blood.
Pay attention to this audio from a Chavista in Caracas who experienced the attack this past January 3rd. Listen.
Well, I want you to know what they are telling you is absolutely true, understand?
If they're going to do all of that, well, what choice do we have? I'll send you a video. You can draw your own conclusions. Mr. Nobleto Rodriguez, we surrender. We have no option. Look, they have more technology, much more weaponry. We're not prepared. Here today, people were returning their rifles that they voluntarily handed in. People want nothing to do with it.
People don't want to fight. People don't want to... it was quite ugly what happened in Caracas. Pasi warrior neutralized all the force we had to respond failed. No, they shut down the entire electrical system, took out the radars, took out all the iglas. People were scared. Only one person grabbed an igla, and when he fired it, a drone immediately detected him, and well, they died. They killed them all with one single bomb. Here on January 23rd, one guy hero tried to be a tough guy. He shot that crap. He took him out, and the drone soon returned and dropped a bomb. Well, it blew up half of this area. There are many dead, many people burned, many people injured. And I'll send you a video. There are around 100 dead, around 100 military dead. They threatened that the next ones. That was just 8 helicopters, only 8 helicopters, they said. And it was true because there were only 8 helicopters and 20 men. 20 men who killed 300 men. I mean, 32 taken out in one single devastating blow. More than a few presidential figures, a handful of civilians. And there were only 20 of them. But the weaponry they possessed, man, these were weapons, my buddies tell me, that could fire over 300 rounds, man, per minute. They were weapons that Those guys were just too quick. They they had some kind of contraption that made me expel. It made me bleed. I was bleeding from my nose. I didn't know what it was. Then a whistle sounded throughout all of Caracas, making people bleed from their noses, from their ears. We couldn't move. That whistle completely immobilized us. They say it's what they refer to as the passive sonic wave.
It was so horrible, man. It was really messed up.
Well, tomorrow I have meetings with certain movements because to tell you that we're aiming for a ministry, no, because the position will be appointed by the United States and they're going to dismantle all the posts. A transition is coming. We don't know how it will unfold, no? What we do know is that the orders are for everyone to hand over their positions. They're going to put their people in charge of the United States. They'll open the American embassy in the coming months. I think this week or next month. A national census is coming. Many things are coming that they're going to do with the national police will be dismantled. It's unknown who they will put there, who they will place there.
But yes.
There are some instructions, right? Keep going. As much as I can, well, I'm going to support the most vulnerable people. Tomorrow we are going to create with the
Granny will be meeting.
You can do that over there yourself, but first let me get things organized here to assist those with disabilities, to aid our senior citizens, our children and young adolescents, to help those who have been traumatized, those who have lost their will to live, people who have lost loved ones, to help to lift their spirits because there is so much fear.
Heard this story about what really happened in Venezuela. Supposedly, the United States was using futuristic weapons on the Venezuelan soldiers. Oh yeah, supposedly Venezuelan troops are saying that the United States used some kind of sonic boom weapon that literally makes you feel like you're inside a microwave. So basically, you guys remember the Incredible Hulk movie? How they were using that wave gun on the Hulk? Yeah, the United States used that on Venezuela. You can't make this shit up. It was so bad, I heard they were dropping on their knees and bleeding from their eyes and nose. It is said not only were the weapons futuristic, but the troops themselves were on some next level G.I. Joe shit. No fucking joke. This is real. Caroline Levette.
Troops used a wonder weapon during the raid on Maduro's house. While capturing Maduro, a Venezuelan soldier says they were brought to their knees, bleeding through the nose and vomiting blood after a sonic weapon was set off. This is from the soldier in Venezuela. Only 8 helicopters dropping off 20 troops overwhelmed and defeated 200 Venezuelan guards. He says they were technologically very advanced and they had weapons that didn't look like anything we fought against before. He then said what ensued was not a battle but a slaughter. Then came the weapon that haunts him. At one point they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. Bleeding from the nose, vomiting blood, fell to the ground, unable to move, couldn't even stand up after the sonic weapon. A former intelligence officer confirmed to the New York Post in this interview that the U.S. does have a directed energy weapons technology sector, saying that some of
the craziest thing to come out of the capture of Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela by the United States. We apparently used a fucking sonic weapon. I guess this sonic weapon made it so that these Cubans, these Venezuelans that were protecting Maduro, just like disabled them, and they're bleeding out of their ears, vomiting. This wasn't even like a tear gas. It was like an invisible, some sort of fucking sound thing that maybe it made their eardrums like shake and rattle. But this is insane. This is a whole new level of warfare, guys. And I'm not gonna say, well, actually, I'm here. I'm all here for it. That's fucking awesome. America's so goddamn badass. But I mean, this is a big vibe shift. This definitely puts the world on notice. If you're a foreign country, this is terrifying. I mean, the U.S. wants something from you, and we can just play a sound and basically make your entire military disabled. Like, we don't even have to go in there with guns necessarily. We could just make a sound and you're fucked. I mean, damn, guys, what do y'all think? What do you fellas?
Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. The Pentagon is not yet saying exactly what weapon was used, but it sounds a lot like something this reporter got hit with at Quantico in this piece from 2013. The military says the active denial system is not radioactive, it's not a microwave, and it's not a laser beam. It's instead a man-sized beam of millimeter waves that can be fired from up to 1,000 meters away that are designed to get the subject, whoever's standing on this X, really, really hot so that they move. And it's about 50 degrees out here right now, but I just felt like it was about 1,000, and I've never been inside a tub